Hi guys, I'm Sarogus and this is Crusade Gaming, bringing you a StarCraft 2 commentary and some Bronze League 1v1. I do have the game in 2 times faster, but this is a long game, so I really want to pump through the footage so it's not too long for you to sit down and actually watch. Okay, this will be the first of many StarCraft 2 commentaries from custom games to just, 1v1 and 2v2. If you're off from 2v2, just give me a holler and, we can get some games down. Otherwise, I'll be just pumping out with whoever I play with. Now, you can see me droning up. I'm in the south, on Metalopolis, and close air is Z-Force playing as Terran. Now, he's pumping out his racks, getting his wall-off done, and here I am, just droning away with my 14-14 down, extractors up, spawning pools nearly halfway done, and we do have some early aggression here from Z-Force in the form of racks down here on my third. As of now, I haven't scouted this, and as far as I'm aware, for quite a while, I don't. That's what the economy is looking like right now. I'm pulling ahead on my drone count, which is good. Whoops. Give me that early lead, an early game mineral lead is quite a lot. Again, here he comes down with the second racks again, which I still yet haven't scouted. Coming up, I'm pumping out lings. There they are. He's running around in my main with his SCV. Get the lings down and take that ling. And then I push these guys out to the Zelnaga Tower to get some maps control and some vision. Now the big mistake I made here, instead of taking my Overlord at 15-16 supply and dropping it down to my natural and between my third, to scout any racks or pylon trouble, if it were Protoss, I just immediately pumped it out into close air and didn't scout anything. And that is my big mistake, and as you can see, forces pumped out 3 Marines, all my lings are up here. By the time I have time to react, he would have done a fair bit of damage regardless of how quickly my lings can get there. Now here I am bringing my drone down to bring out my natural. It brings down his Marines, I bring back my lings, and I quickly clean this up. But I did lose a queen, and I do pump out 2 queens, one for the ejects and one for my creep, which I do find essential at a Zerg, obviously. That gives me that map control, that visibility, early spawning of any attacks. As it is right now, I've got my 2 Evo chambers of Roach wiring down, and I've got I've got my ling speed on the way, I've got my second extractor down, I'm getting my Zerg attack, and right now I'm feeling I'm in a good position. I am doing a bit of aggressive here, trying to push through this bunker. But he does bring his drones over, and I don't get the kill on that. And I do stand up here in his natural, and I'm still feeling pretty good. Because at the moment, I have my second down, my natural, and he's still only sitting on his main. I'm going to speed this up again. This is still slow time of the footage. Now he's still pumping out these SCVs, getting scouting on me, and as it is right now, as to what's in his main, he knows more than me. I do have these overlords here, but me being me, with my damn supply capping, I can't really afford to lose an overlord. I am starting to pump out roaches and getting ready for the push into his base. Trying to get this early win. Now I do have my roach speed and Zerg attack and defense coming in for grounds units. But he does have tanks coming in, siege techs coming in, got 4 Marines, and as it is right now, in my mind, I'm still thinking I've got a good game in this. I'm thinking I've got the upper hand, and to a lesser or greater extent I do. I have map control, I have a natural, getting my saturation down on that to an extent. I do have a slightly larger army supply, an exceedingly larger worker supply, which gives me a large economic lead. My gas isn't all that fantastic. Now he does come down here with some Hellion attack, which sluck out of there, which me being slow to react, he does get 33 drones, 33 units. As to how many drones, I'm not too sure, because I don't know how to show that, because I'm a noob. If we're looking at the army supply as it is right now, it's still about even. But for now, again, I'm still feeling I have map control. My income is well above his, giving me a stronger economy. My units are far more upgraded. My Ling sitting at 2-1, Roach is on 1-0. And his Marines and all siege tanks and all that sitting on 0-0, Marauders. If he has any, he doesn't. I've got Burrow coming in, I've got my Roach Attack 1 coming in, and I've got my Defense 2 coming in. I have taken my 3rd, and I am about to take my 4th on the gold base. So as it is right now, I do have them at control. I do have a far stronger economy and an army supply. I may be lacking behind, but due to my economy, I can quickly pull that back and again take the upper hand. I haven't scouted his taking of his natural, along with the siege tank deployment on high ground and low ground. But again, as far as I'm aware, I'm in the lead. Now I'm trying to pull back on my extractor, on my gas, get extractors out. But me being the noob I am, doesn't actually pump any drones into that. I'm instead saturating my 3rd and my 4th, and then we have a push. Unawares to the tanks, I get thoroughly destroyed here. Now if we look at my units lost, we'll slow it down. Now we're getting the footage. Units lost 62 to 14 and supply 21 to 900. That's huge difference. We do see some aggression here from Z Force and a drop towards my main. Slow to react as always because I'm a noob. Now he does start to do a fair bit of damage here. I only have a couple of roaches, my lings just got wiped out of the attack. I do manage to get some mutas pumped out as I was getting ready for the attack on the siege tanks. So I don't have anything to counter those yet. I do manage to clean it up. I do take my muta losses, which were meant to be for the tanks. But I do also manage to clean up his medivacs, which are dropping into the base and allows me some breathing room. My 3rd established, my 4th is coming up. They're established, I'm mining from them. I'm yet to pull up a 3rd queen for injects on my 3rd and pump out that more army. He's starting to come out mined up on his main. I'm practically mined out on my main. His natural isn't anywhere near saturated. And you can see the difference in the income. Huge differences. And you can see that pumping up there. And I'm just going to let that build because I have nothing to spend it into because I'm a noob. Sometimes I sit here wondering, watching these replays, sitting to myself thinking, what in God's name was I thinking? Lone Roach. My creep is pinning meager at the point, and it will remain like that the rest of the way, but for now, going into my hive, I have the tech advantage. I have better, my economy is far stronger, I have map control to an extent, because he's only sieged up with tanks. I believe he has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tanks with siege. I am supply capped again, as we've got some Viking threat aggression here. I'm close out. I bring over my mutas trying to get it, but he comes back again. So this time I just go for the kill. My mutas are only 0-0, but so are his. I'm far outnumbered. And again, I'm just like, okay, stuff this. Gonna go for the push, get the damage, take out his Vikings, get this aggression out of my way, so I can just quickly, so I can again concentrate on building up my army. Because I still need to counter these tanks, and they are at this point a worry to me. I am singing out some lings. I believe I do set them up in the Zelnaga Tower. Nope. Just pump it in. I do sweep through his 4th. Oh. I'm pushing my mutas. Yep. I do manage to get a couple tank kills, but they quickly get my mutas quickly get picked up by his marines. I put my lings back and wait for some aggression, continue my macro, my injects, saturating my bases, which I'm still not doing because I'm just happy with where it is, sitting on 2,000 minerals roughly, 1,900, better example. Now look at the army composition. I have 38 lings, 6 roaches, he has 2 medivacs, 8 tanks and 15 marines, and the army supply looks something a little bit like that. We come into an engagement, his tanks are sieged, my lings are there, and I take massive damage. You look at the resources lost compared to his, I am far worse. Due to my economy, I can support this. The question is for how long. Again, I'm far exceeding him in upgrades. And my mutas come in for the aggression here, and I'm thinking, yeah, no marines around, then he drops siege. Me being the noob I am, should have focused wide down his medivacs, Got those 1 kill, possibly maybe 2. We reduced the Marines there, and I possibly could have got 1 or 2 10 kills if I'd done that. Okay. I'm not going to push you with my lings. Being slow to react, I do lose these lings. But I do manage to take a fair few of his Marines and delay his aggression quite just a little bit. I'm just thankful he's not staggering these tanks upwards towards my base. Because as it is right now, if he brought those things up, he could have crushed me. And my 3rd and 4th are at least still up. My income's still strong. I am supply capped as always because I'm hopeless. You look at this. His main is practically mined out. He's mining from what, 5 drones there, FCVs there, 5 there. The income difference is huge. 1400 difference. Now I've built my lings up again. They're sitting on 3-2. 2-2, sorry. 3 is in production, about to tick, and for some reason I'm building an infestor from God knows where. There. He is attacking my 4th. And as it was at this point in time, I didn't think I had the forces to really attack that. Stupid me, actually didn't even look. I just said, okay, I'm not going to bother trying to save that, I'm going to leave it. You can see I have lost triple his units and double his supply. Despite that, our income's still, mine's still pulling ahead, and I'm happy with that. It still gives me the economic lead, and from that I can just continue pumping out my units and I can afford to lose it. My main is mined out, and they're over here now, and this base is well over saturation, and my naturals perfectly saturated, and just fine on minerals. I do squash this little attack from these Marines, bring in my mutas, and quickly drop those medivacs. Right now he's building up for another push, and as you can still see, I'm still way ahead in upgrades. I do try to do a push here. I scout with my mutas to see what's there. I do see the Marines and I do pull back. I don't want to fight that many Marines. I want to stem with mutas. And I do bring my lings in range of his tanks. Slow to react and I'm slow to pull back. I do snipe a tank, do snipe 2 tanks. I'm just going for it here, trying to get rid of these tanks so I can push in with my mutas, my roaches and my lings, and try in this game. He has taken his 3rd on the gold. But as of this moment is not being mined, and I'm still way ahead in minerals. The gas were pretty much smack bang on even. Army supply looks a little bit something like that. He's way ahead. If he pushed with those tanks, he could crush me. But he doesn't. Thank God. At this point, resources and units loss is double. Though he may have been winning the battle, he hasn't won the war. And due to my economy, I can get this. He almost sneaks by here. I'm just slow to react. I did see it. Slow to react and select, but I quickly get us around, drop those down, and that little aggression's sorted. My lings are just so far upgraded over his 3-2. My roaches are 2-1. Nah. Even with the stem and medivacs, they can't hold that unless they have the tanks. But at this point, I'm still feeling very threatened. At this point, I was feeling very threatened as to where I was playing it and standing in the game. He had these tanks, and as it was at this point in time, I still had no counter to his tanks. I was completely unaware as to how many bases he had. I didn't have map control. I never really did. My creep is pathetic. At least I'm getting my injects. I have 2 bases. One's well over saturation. One's just perfect. And mining from it, I have my upgrade. So I'm steady. But I feel time is now I really pump up and really start pumping out because I have 10,000 minerals. 10,000 minerals. Am I at that for that long? Yeah. I have too many minerals and I do need to pump these out. I do have Zerg Defense 3 coming in. So I make my Lings 3-3, my Roaches 3-1. Nasty combo, but as always, I leave my mutas as they are this game. I just didn't have the gas to pump up the upgrades, so I'd rather just do unit count. And considering his units weren't upgraded, I didn't bother. But I'm still very threatened by these tanks. If he had been smart and kept building his tanks and staggered up to my base, I would have been crushed in the first couple minutes of the game. But thank God he didn't. Now he has saturated his 3rd here, taking up through his refineries, but again he's still not upgrading. That's his income. That's mine. That gas. All that gas is sitting there, but he doesn't have the minerals for it. He didn't saturate his bases. He had a very strong start. Very strong army. He had total control of it. I had nothing to answer his tanks. I am starting to bring my creep down. I'm trying to find out where he's moved his tanks up to. I'm getting a heavy drone link count of 94, 10 roaches, 8 mutas. It's more than 10 roaches. Don't know how many that is. It's a lot. I'm at least getting my injects. And I have taken my 4th here again, and I'm about to take a 5th. I'm trying to take a 5th, but me being the noob I am, was not paying attention to what I had, did not saturate this, did not get mining. So I pulled off here to get the saturation down to something decent, rather than mining it out too fast. We do see some aggression here from its forcing a drop, but I quickly respond with a ling attack and eradicate those marines. Bring my mutas in for a kill on the medi. Vacuum? Nope. Okay, my army supply is looking mighty impressive right now. I'm pretty happy with where I am. I'm thinking, okay, it's just going to be an all-in to win this game, and I can't sit around any longer. Lost is looking something like that. He's slowly creeping up in units lost. I'm holding my ground. I'm not rushing. I do go to do some aggression here. I'm thinking I'm going to flank him. I'm going to come around, come through there, see if I can take out his tanks. But he does come onto my creep, and I do see this, and he's going straight from my natural. I do have to get that. I can't afford to lose my commentator like that. I do try to get a minor surround on these Hellions, but they do massive damage to my lings, and we go into the distance of tanks. I pull back, they come again, I go again, lose some lings, but I am slowly picking them off. My lings with the speed on roach, on creep, I can see exactly where his units are. I have the advantage, not only in speed, but visibility, but also in upgrade. It's 3-3 in my ling, with attack speed on the way. I'm looking pretty damn fine. I do a split attack here. I set my lings off, and I go to push my roach, and I realize he's coming here. So I bring my roaches and my mutas up into my main. My lings are going to come around in his third. Now he has seen my lings here, and he does know they're there, but he does not know what I'm doing. The drop in my base is quickly cleaned up, no problem. My roach is sitting on 3-1. I have pumped out more lings, and this is where things are. He's pulling back, and I'm feeling confident. I'm like, yes, raring to go. Let's end this game. I'm going to start getting really aggressive. I've got my economy. It's fine. It's doing okay. I do jump straight into his third. I'm going to take out his I'm going to crush his economy. That's pretty much it. It's what I want to do, and it's what I did. I take out his things, SCVs. I'm such a noob. I do get his SCVs, and I do get the planetary force. Just I think, nope, planetary force. He drops a ton of mules with his banked up resources. But at this moment, I'm pushing with my lings, I'm pushing with my roaches and my mutas straight into his natural. Going for right where his units were. Right now, he has no units to stop me, and he has nothing building. This game's mine. Oh, I am just waiting for the GG. They're sitting there because I'm hopeless. There's the GG. Game's mine. Considering how all this played out, I was pretty happy with the outcome. Like early game when he had his tanks. Early game when he had those tanks, all he had to do right here was push. All he had to do was push. And all he would have done was crush me. But he didn't. So, all in all, it was a fairly slow game with not much in it. And it taught me a lot. And I can build and grow off that now. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. This is my first video. This is Sarogus here from Crusade Gaming. Hoping you enjoyed the video and many more to come.